Hey everyone, welcome back to Morgan Tarot. It's Lisa here, and I'm here to do a reading today for whoever is guided to see this message. So I have got two oracle decks here. I have the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I have the Alice in Wonderland Oracle deck. And what we're doing today is I would like for you to choose a pile, number one or number two. So the Wisdom of the Oracle is number one, and the Alice in Wonderland Oracle is number two. I'm going to be reading back-to-back cards from the deck, which means I'm going to be reading every single card in the deck as guided by Spirit, and the messages will flow from the card to the next card and to the next card and to the next card until I get to the end of the deck. Now, this is basically what I call a freestyle read. I felt drawn to do that. When I was meditating on the energy and shuffling the cards, I felt drawn to do what I call a back-to-back card read, which is a freestyle read. So I'll put timestamps in. So think now very clearly, meditate on the energy. What are you feeling more drawn to, number one or number two? Make that choice, and then as a result, these are the messages that we have from Spirit, but they're purely oracle messages for you today. I feel, strongly that this is going to resonate with you. Of course, it's not probably going to be 100%, but I do feel as though if you are guided to this reading, Spirit has led you here so that you can hear the messages that need to be spoken. And I am purely someone who is able to translate the messages that Spirit has for you and get them to you through channeling that energy, channeling the cards, and sending you the message that you need to hear at the right time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So you will have chosen deck number one or deck number two. Deck number one, I'm going to get started on right now. I just wanted to thank all of those people that have been liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I'm extremely grateful for your support. It's helping my channel to grow, and that is all I can really ask for. So thank you so much for those people that have been supporting me in the first 3 weeks of my journey. And I will continue to exchange my energy and give you as many reads as I possibly am able to do. So let's go ahead and get started. Right, so remember, guys, as I've been telling you, this is a temporary setup. I do have a plan for my my more permanent setup, which will be in place very soon. But yes, in the meantime, all right, we have got deck number one and deck number two. I'm going to start with deck number one. All right, I have pre-shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle for authenticity purposes. Okay. Spirit guides, guardian angels, and the universe, can you please give us clear messages from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which are meant for the person who is receiving this message at this point in time? Can you please give us clear guided messages from back to back? So every single card is going to be read in the order that it is shuffled and the order that it ends up in. And it will create a story for you that will resonate with messages from Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. Deck number one. Mending. Okay, so if you have chosen deck number one or pile number one, you are mending from something that has happened to you in the past. Now, this could be recent or it could be more, distant, but there's certainly an energy here that you are mending from something that has caused you hurt, has caused you to be heartbroken, has caused you to, I feel, have a level of distrust to people, towards people in general, and not just in relationships, but just distrust and a sense that you've lost faith in humanity and in people and what their motivations are for the things that they do. I feel like this betrayal or this hurt, this situation that has caused you to need to mend your heart is bigger than just love. Spirit's telling me it's bigger than love because I feel like it is changing the way that you view the world. It's changing the lens that you view the world through, and it's forcing you to question whether, whether people are true, whether they are, whether most people are honest, whether they are, not wearing a mask, and just sincere in their reasons and approaches for the reasons that they do things. So I feel like it's overall making you question people and the way that they operate. Okay, we have regeneration. So you guys are, now I'm not going to keep reading the card name to you, I'm just going to read the energy as it comes. So regeneration, this is where it is about you regenerating. You are, after a period of, taking time to mend your heart. As I said, you're unsure about exactly how you feel right now about, other people, whether you can trust people. You're learning to, you've learned some lessons about what it is that you need to, I guess, to learn from within about how you trust people, whether you can trust people. And I feel like that's been broken in you and you need to try to fix that. So you're regenerating within yourself the ability to be able to trust that love is real, that people are real, that people can be genuine, and that, people are not all out to hurt each other and hurt you more specifically. I feel like you're poised for happiness. I feel like you're in a perfect position and opportunity to be bringing in new opportunities into your life, because you're tired of the old, you're tired of what's happened in the past, you're tired of that energy of being hurt and of not trusting. So you're poising yourself for a brand new beginning, and I feel like there's a message coming in very soon from could be from, it could be in relation to work. I feel it could be in relation to love, it could be in relation to family and friends, but there's certainly a message coming in that has significance. It has significance in that it's going to help you on your journey of growth, of inner growth and change, and the ability to believe in, in a more positive future for yourself after, having a period of time where you just didn't quite trust that things could be positive again, and that people can be trusted, and that there are sincere people around you, and just having more faith in humanity. So I feel like, you're now ready to co-create. You're ready to co-create with someone, and I feel like that message relates to someone who comes in with a lot of love, and a lot of, they help you to trust in people again, and have faith in people and faith in humanity. I feel like you lost that along the way somewhere, and I feel like, you're now more present in the moment. You're now able to be present in the current moment and to see things as they are more clearly, but with, increased sense of boundaries. You now have an increased sense of boundaries, and that you know that you can't just accept anything on face value. You need to look at it deeper, and that causes you to be more present in the moment, and I guess to analyze things a little bit further and deeper than you may have in the past. But you are a very loyal person, and you're looking for someone who has a very loyal heart. And I believe the person that you are going to receive the message from is an extremely loyal person who is going to help you, like I said, have trust and faith again in humanity and love, and that people can be sincere and genuine in their intentions. I don't feel like you're going to be going around and round in that energy, because I feel like in the past you've kind of felt like you've been going around and around in circles, experiencing the same, the same types of people, the same types of, problems in connections and relationships, and, in terms of people not being trustworthy, and not being worthy even of your time and your love and your energy, because you've been loyal and you've been open to them, and you've been, showing them all this love and all of this appreciation and building them up, and they haven't been doing the same for you in return. So I feel like that element of repetitiveness and repetitive cycles being repeated is ending for you. I feel like you're starting a new cycle now, and it's a lot more by the book. It's more fair, it's more just, it's more real, and it's certainly something that you can depend on. So, I feel like you're now in a period where you are, you've taken a time of rest and rejuvenation, and you're now ready to throw yourself into something new, a new love opportunity, because I feel like, within your heart, that this is something that you've always wanted and, that you've always deserved, but you've kind of felt like it's been unfinished. There's been a sense of, something not being finished or completed, and just not feeling like you've completed the journey from within of where you need to go. So I feel like you're now looking at things in it with a different lens, and you now view things as this cycle is now not repeating anymore. You're in a new cycle that's more positive, that is helping you to co-create with someone new who is more trusting, more loyal, and they have a loyal heart, because it's been very chaotic and conflictive in the past. But this person that you now meet, you're like yin and yang. You're meant to go together. You guys are soulmates. You are destined to be together. The universe has brought you together for a reason. And that reason is that you are soulmates. You are divine, feminine, masculine. You are whatever you want to call it. The people that you might even have, I think you do have a past life connection here, because I'm seeing that you're soulmates. And I think that you have a deep knowledge about that. I feel like you know this. It's like I'm reading the energy of the high priestess. I feel like you know this, or they know this, or both of you know this. You just have this deep knowing and higher sense of understanding that you guys are soulmates, and you were meant to be together, and you've met each other at the right time, and you're now creating a new life with each other. You have a whole new way of seeing things, as I mentioned already. A new lens through which you view life. You have more trust and faith in humanity and in people. This person that you've met is restoring your trust and faith in people, that they're not all out to cause harm and to hurt and to be disloyal. So you're building like a structure at the moment, a foundation. Metaphorically, when we're in a connection with someone who is meant for us, we have a solid foundation, and we build upon that, and we build a structure together, which is about co-creating, a building. And it takes work. You got to brick by brick build that. Building up. You've got to build it up. You've got to put the windows in. You've got to put the doors in, the door handles. If you miss a step somewhere, then it can all just crumble and fall down and go awry. But you are building with this person, and that means that you do have a very stable foundation, but you've also got stability within the connection, because you're able to build together and work together on a common project, with that you're building this house together. So I feel like you're exchanging that energy with each other. You're exchanging gifts in terms of you're exchanging the beauty that you have to offer, the beauty of your heart, the beauty of their heart, and you're sharing that gift with each other, and it's causing a very abundant, beautiful connection where you are soulmates, and you're actually working on this connection. It's not just happening. You're actually putting in the hard work to build it, to build something stable, something that's going to be extremely abundant, and I feel like you guys will chop out anything or anyone. You'll cut out anything that is actually not going to serve the best interests of your connection, because you're protecting it very fiercely. And I feel like this is going to be what we call a never-ending story. You guys are going to be abundant, and this is a lifelong commitment with the person that's coming into your life. I feel like, there's no place like home, and this. You guys are going to be creating this home together, as I just spoke about, this building. Metaphorically, you're building a structure together, you're working on that, you're brick by brick helping each other, you're putting in all of the work that needs to be put in to build something and to co-create something, and as a result, you're creating a home together. So I feel like you guys, and you might even literally be moving in together after a period of getting to know each other and things going really well, things progressing really fast, you guys just having that deep sense and deep knowing that you are soulmates, that you're meant to be together. And I feel like people around you are also going to be very supportive of this connection, but they're also going to be almost jealous that it's so successful. They're going to be observing you guys and just in awe of what you guys have in your connection. This is a fateful connection. Like, things do not happen just coincidentally. The universe has brought you guys together for a reason. This was fated to happen, and it was fated to happen in the time frame that universe has brought it to you, because it's all about timing. The universe has timed this very perfectly. You guys are yin and yang, like I just said. You go together perfectly. You fit together like a puzzle, and I feel like as a result of that, you guys are very flexible in terms of your in terms of your connection, it's a very flexible connection. You work very well with each other. You work around each other's schedules. You work around, because obviously in every connection there's going to be things that work against you and work for you. And I feel like you guys are able to really negotiate that and work together very collaboratively. Work together as though you are working on a project. You are collaborating. You're communicating. You're making sure that you guys are able to be flexible with each other, so that you can use the strengths that each of you have to build on the weaknesses that you have in the connection. So you work around each other's schedule. You work around how each other is feeling and going at the time. You work around whatever is happening in their life. You get what I mean, guys. So you're working together collaboratively to build a very flexible connection. After a period, I feel as though you've never had this connection with anyone else before, and I feel like they have never had this kind of connection with anyone else before. It's very unique. And it's a really strong sense of collaboration between the two of you, a sense of community. And I feel like with that also, there's a strong sense of support around you and your family and friends. They all feel very drawn to your connection. They're envious of you, as I've said already. They haven't seen a love so faithful and so just people that are meant to be together at the right time. There's a strong sense of fate here. And happiness and abundance that people are just drawn to. They see you guys as like treasure. They feel like what you have is treasure, and I feel like you both see that you are treasure to each other also. I feel like you're both in a place where you're just extremely ready for whatever is life has to throw at you. You're ready to face those challenges together. You're very reflective of things that have happened in the past, and the learnings you've taken from them have actually helped you to be where you are today. And you are going to go the distance. There's no doubt about it. Spirit is saying, you're going to go the distance. You're going to be extremely happy together. Happy. Spirit has just said to me, you guys are going to go together like milk and honey. Perfect match made in heaven. And others, I feel like there will be others that might doubt this and say, why is this happening for you? For that person, why are they, getting this abundant, beautiful happiness? Where is mine? There's always a sense of, people around you at times that can bring you down because they're, I guess, jealous. They want what you have. They don't always have your best interests at heart in terms of they want what you have, and they're wondering why it's happening to you and not happening to them. You could even be asking yourself why, you might even feel like, why? What did I do to deserve this? I have this amazing connection, and you might have just some senses of insecurity because of past experiences that it might all go away very quickly and suddenly. So you are holding on to it for dear life, and you are having to sort of meditate and, stay present and centered and grounded, and remind yourself that, you are worthy. You might be focusing on your breathing when you are meditating on that energy and focusing on trying to remain positive. And I think Spirit and Universe's message to you is to breathe, to take time to be mindful, to be grateful for everything you have. Continue to be grateful because anything can be taken away at any time. We never know what's in store, what tomorrow brings, so we have to be present and centered in the moment and make the most of every opportunity that we have at that very time. You might feel like you are between worlds. You might feel like it's so unreal what's happening to you that you feel like you're in some kind of ulterior some type of reality that is not present. You might be thinking that you're just in some there's a word I'm trying to get, but it's just not coming to my brain. Alternate universe, that's it. You might feel like you're in an alternate universe where this isn't really happening. You almost find it too hard to believe that it's so amazing, and it's causing you to doubt it and think, wow, this is this reality? Is this really happening? Is this gonna last? Is this long term? But Spirit is certainly saying that it absolutely is. It's here to stay, and it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And so the Spirit wants you to know that you need to stop thinking like that. You need to take away those negative thoughts because it's time for them to go. It's time for Spirit. It's time for you to remove any negative connotations that you have about this connection, and remember that this person is your soulmate. You are destined to be with them. It was written in the stars. You guys are going to be happy, and then we have all that glitters, guys. I mean, that is, speaks for itself. You guys are, have got an extremely abundant connection and a long-term commitment coming. And I feel like you guys are at a point where you guys are going to, I feel like there's definitely going to be commitment here, whether it be marriage, or just, you guys moving in together. There's definitely a high level of commitment here coming in, but I feel like also you guys are going to be very adventurous together. You guys are going to take risks. You guys are going to be almost like the full energy is what I'm hearing from Spirit. You guys are going to take risks. You're going to take charge of your lives, and you're going to do things that you've never done before, and you're going to do those things together and experience that together. You guys are going to have a lot of adventure in your life. This is going to be a very adventurous connection, and you're going to live life on the edge, and you're not going to think about exactly what the outcome's going to be. You're just going to take that next step forward, because you know that that's where happiness comes from, from taking chances, from taking risks. We don't achieve those, the most amazing, beautiful things that we achieve in our lives sitting in our comfort zone. We need to step out of that and do things we've never done before to get different results. So I feel like Spirit is saying you guys are going to be very adventurous in this connection, and you're going to experience a lot of new things together. And I feel like you're now imagining what that life is going to be like, and you're starting to create a vision for what's going to happen in this connection in the future. And you certainly know that there is a strong change in the wind, that there is change happening in your life. It's happening right now. It's happening right now. You are in awe of this connection. You are almost feeling like it's too good to be true, but the change is here, and it's here to stay. Spirit is saying, I feel like it might have been a long time coming, because I feel like you've had a lot of hurt in your life, a lot of disappointments, a lot of people have let you down, and I feel like there has been a lot of heartbreak. So I felt that connection at the very beginning of I felt that that sense at the very beginning of the read here, that you were having to try to let go of really negative connotations, where you lost faith and trust in humanity. Things had happened to you so many times that you couldn't see the good anymore. You were blinded to it. But right now you are blessed. You are blessed. Spirit is saying you are blessed. What you have has come in divine timing. It did take some time to come in, but the best things are worth waiting for, and they are worth putting the effort in for. And Spirit is is saying that it's cleaning up all of the darkness from your life. It is taking away those dark thoughts. It's taking away those dark reminders of things that have been difficult for you in your life in the past. And I feel like, guys, you might even be traveling across the sea. Spirit's telling me that Spirit's telling me that they can see travel in the future between the two of you. I feel like it's either going to be a cruise or you travel overseas. Could be even by plane, obviously, overseas. But there's definitely an element here that you guys are going to be traveling together. Obviously, when COVID clears up, we're all hopefully going to be able to travel again. But there's a clear message here that you guys are actually going to be traveling overseas. And it's going to be a really joyous occasion for you guys. I can see travel here. Spirit's telling us there's travel over the sea. And I feel like, Spirit is saying you guys have really got a leg up in life now. Spirit has gifted you this beautiful connection, and now it's up to you guys to take it to the next step. It's now up to you guys to build that building together. Like I said, build that house on that stable structure that you've been given. You have a solid foundation, and you guys are now ready to build something really beautiful. You've already started building it. You just got to keep building those bricks one on top of the other, and blocking out any negative energies that come towards you, people that are jealous, or negative thoughts that this is going to end, it's too good to be true. The Spirit's saying to put those aside. You do not listen to them. Meditate, be grateful for what you have, be present and centered, and just breathe is the message from Spirit. Spirit wants you to breathe. There's an essence here and a focus on breathing. I don't know if it's something that you don't practice, that I think Spirit's trying to tell you is very important. Just taking deep breaths in and out to help ourselves remain present and centered and grounded, and to bring us back to our center, our heart chakra, to bring us back into a more positive mind space. I think Spirit is saying maybe you don't do that enough. And it's saying that is, Spirit is telling me that is something that they would, Spirit would like you to do that, so that you can stay more positive in this connection. There is an element of peace that's going to come if you do follow that advice. If you can remain, practice meditation and mindfulness, peace is going to be your best friend. You're going to have peace in this connection. You guys are going to be very honest with each other. There's going to be a strong element of openness and honesty in this connection, where you're both truthful with each other. There could also be, Spirit's telling me, a message of truth coming in from elsewhere. I don't know what it's about exactly. I just hear that Spirit says There is a message coming in that of truthfulness that you may not have already known. I feel like it's coming in from a past connection. I feel like, you know, you're going to find out something you didn't know about this past connection that didn't turn out. Something from the past. There's a truth coming in regards to that, but it doesn't matter, guys, because you're so happy in the current energy that, you know, you are being gifted whatever you're being gifted from higher powers. We've got the higher power card here. You know, this is a higher power, a higher level of love, and it's something that is really abundant. But yeah, whatever this message is that's coming in for you from the past, it's just another reminder that it was not for you. The connection was not for you. Whatever you find out, it may be, you know, it may hurt you, but I feel like you're past that now. You've already moved past and beyond and well out of that dark energy. You've realized that, you know, what you had was obviously not meant to go the distance, but this connection is. Spirit is saying this one is going the distance. This one is for you. This one is your true soulmate. This is all that glitters. This is, you know, this is exactly what's, you know, you guys are going to build something together and be very happy and committed. But I feel like, you know, you are a thinker and you will reflect on the past, as we all do, and you might, you know, think, you know, you might still think about this person from time to time, as we always do, because I feel like in reality, you know, that's what we do. We do, you know, you had feelings for this person in the past because you are sincere, and you did have love and you know, and feelings for this past person. But Spirit's saying, you know, it was never right for you. You know, there's an element of injustice and unfairness in that connection. So that person, I feel like you're going to find out was dishonest with you. They might have been unfaithful. You might be finding that out now. You know, they might have done something illegal. I feel like there's an essence here that, yeah, that they've done something that was not fair and just, and it may not be in, you know, in terms of cheating or, you know, betraying you, but I feel like they've done something in their life that was unfair, and it could have been breaking the law, and you may find that out now. That's just what I'm hearing from Spirit. Take it as it resonates, and that might just be for a certain, you know, proportion of you. Not everybody is gonna, you know, it's not going to resonate for every single person, but that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. And you know, there certainly is a fork in the road now, and I feel like that's a message from Spirit to say, you know, you now have two directions that you can go in. You can continue on this beautiful pathway, or you can veer off of the pathway and, you know, and make a choice that goes against everything that Spirit is saying, which is this is meant for you. This connection is your long-term commitment. This is your structure. This is your foundation. This is your 10 of Pentacles. This is everything that you could hope for and more. You just need to be patient. You need to, you know, stay the course. Don't deviate from the course. Don't let dark, you know, negative energies that are probably just coming from a jealous place infiltrate, you know, your relationship. Stay true to yourself and just focus on that, being grateful, meditating, staying present, and being really positive about this connection and doing the work, you know, because relationships don't just build themselves. You've got to build them together. And there is a strong element, that a message from Spirit saying you guys are soulmates. You are meant to be together, and you are able to work together very well to build this structure together that's going to be stable and solid and long term. So guys, that's what I have for you. That's the message I'm getting from the Oracle. If you chose deck number 1, I'm now going to go ahead and read deck number 2. I'm going to post these now as two. Actually, no, sorry. I'm going to put a timestamp. I'll stick with what I originally said. Spirit said no, not 2 videos. So I am going to now do deck number 2. Timestamps will be in the video, in the description box below rather. Thank you so much for watching, and if you chose deck number 2, then that's coming up next. Thanks guys. If you chose deck number 2, pile number 2, at the beginning of this video, I am now going to go on with pile number 2. So guys, let's have a look. Alright, so you might be at a point of your life where you're trying to figure out, you know, who are you? What is it that you need to do to become the person that you want to become? You know, what makes you happy? What is it that that sparks your curiosity, your interest, your desire? You might be feeling a little bit flat currently. You might be feeling like you don't have a lack of direction in your life right now. you might be you might be feeling as though you are changing, and you're trying to get to know, who you are, who you're becoming, who you are now. Like, really getting to know the new you, because there's a sense from spirit that I'm hearing that, you're currently in a period of change, and you might also be reflecting on your past, and trying to, make sense of what brought you to where you are now, and a sense of, how do you become the person that you've always wanted to become. And it's the question we all ask. It's the $1,000,000 question. It's not easy to come to a realization, but it certainly does come from experience, from wisdom, and time. There's really no shortcut to it, but we all go through different stages of growth and development in life, and it brings us to a point of really finding out who we are and how we fit into the world, and what we, what it is that we really want, what makes us happy, what makes us, what are our goals in life, and that takes time to achieve. I feel like you feel, that, time is ticking. We're all mortal beings. We don't have forever. So time, there's an element of, not mucking around and wanting to get to the crux of it, wanting to get to it fast, wanting to figure out very quickly what it is that makes you happy, who are you, what is it that you want in life that's going to bring you that abundance and happiness that you've always wanted. So I feel like, you might be in a state of a period of, you want to really start living and making full opportunity of the life that you have, and not taking anything for granted, and just, grabbing life with both hands, taking the bull by the horn, so to speak, and just really, taking chances in life that I feel like you've not been doing. You might have been playing it safe. So you really do want to get into the crux of who you are, what it is that makes you happy, and start taking more risks and more opportunities in life to find that happiness from within. I feel like, you believe that you can do that. I feel like that it's going to happen. You have that intuition, that high level of intuition that it is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And I feel like you want it to kind of happen quickly. But it's going to happen in divine timing, when our spirit guides and the guardian angels that are all around us, and the universe decides that you have done the work, you've evolved, you've ascended, you've gotten to a place where you have that sense of identity, that you've worked, because it takes time to get to that place. You don't just, evolve to that place. You've got to do the work to evolve to that place. So I feel like you currently feel like, it might be impossible, but you certainly want it to happen, and you want it to happen fast. You're trying to take leaps in life, and you want to move ahead in leaps and bounds, but Spirit's saying, slow down, and it will happen. It will happen when it's meant to happen in divine timing. You can't rush these things. Getting to know who you are is a process. It's about going through, putting one foot in front of the other, and just, experiencing life, but using the new knowledge that you have and wisdom from each experience that you go through. You become stronger, and you learn new things that help you to evolve as a person and ascend vibrationally to a higher vibrational level. So I feel like you're working through that currently, and you're seeing things with a fresh perspective currently, and I feel like there's probably been some things that have happened in your life that aren't fair, that you felt have been unfair. Maybe things that someone's done to you, or that you've seen done to others that you care about, friends, family, someone significant who has been treated unfairly, and perhaps the law hasn't been there for them. The law hasn't, done their end of the deal. Like this person that's done the wrong thing hasn't had any justice, hasn't had any consequences. I feel like there's a sense of injustice here, and it might not be from you. It might be someone that's close to you, you feel has been hard done by, and and things have been really unfair. I feel like you want to try to make every moment count in life currently. You don't want to waste any more time. You're trying to be more mindful. You're trying to also just use your time more wisely and not be wasteful. You might have been wasteful in the past, and just let yourself just get carried away with things that aren't important really in the scheme of things, wasting your time, procrastinating, sitting around watching TV, just mindlessly, watching hours of Netflix, for example, just not really using your time wisely to grow and to better yourself as a person so that you can ascend and get those learnings that you need to get, which don't, like as I said, only happen through experience and in time. They don't come overnight. So I feel like you're ready now. You're open and listening to spirit, and you're listening to your guardian angels, and you're trying to ascend to a higher level of being, from all the knowledge that you've gained from your experiences. And you now want to you want to choose who it is that you're going to become. You want to have a say in that. You want to have a level of of certainty about who it is that you want to become in your life. And you want it to happen in a timely manner. You don't want to be waiting forever for that to happen. So you're doing the work currently. You're using your time wisely to work on inner growth, on your self-worth, on your self-belief, and on ascending and vibrating at a higher level. So I feel like, you're seeing more sense currently, and you know that the only way to establish that sense and to establish a greater sense of reality and who you are is to take the time to really go within and reflect introspectively on who you are and who you want to become. So I feel like, you have been feeling blocked and restrained, and you might not have been making the best choices, but currently you're aware of that, and now that you're aware of it, you're able to do more about it and rectify it. Spirit is saying that, we all make mistakes. Message I'm hearing for you that you need to hear is that we all do make mistakes. And it's really what we, how we recover from those mistakes, what we learn from them, and how we do things differently following that, mistake is really what matters, is what Spirit is wanting to say to you. You can't go back to yesterday. You can't repeat something and do it over again, because you're always going to do what you were going to do, because it's part of who you are. You make choices based on your previous experiences, and you can't change them. You can't go back in time, because you were always going to do what you were going to do. So Spirit's message is, you can't go back. Be present in the moment, be present in the now. Try to be more present in general, because I feel like you are too much focused on the past and the future, trying to focus on things that have happened that you can't change, and also then flipping ahead to the future script and going, this is what I really want, this is who I want to become, but missing the whole point of the exercise, which is the present. And the present is how we get to the future. We can't control or change our past. We can't control the future. All we can control is what we do in the present, and that's what takes us to the place where we want to go in the future. So we're focusing, Spirit's message is very clear. You need to focus more on the present moment, staying present and grounded and centered, and not needing to be fearful about what's going to happen. Spirit is looking out for you. Your guardian angels are there for you. They are watching over you. They are going to ensure that you are going to receive everything that you deserve, and they want you to remember how powerful you are. You do have a lot of power that you hold within, and if you just hang on to that and tap into that power, you're going to achieve all of those things that you wish to achieve. But you can't skip ahead. You've got to be present, and you've got to do the work now, rather than focusing on what's already happened that you can't change, or trying to skip ahead and achieve things in the future, but you really can't get there unless you're doing the work right now in the present moment. So I feel like you do have a lot of you are really worrying about what's going to happen next. You're spending probably too much time on that, and I feel like Spirit wants you to pause before that. Wants you to take a pause, wants you to think before you act. Take time to think carefully before you act, and take on some adventure, take some chances, take risks. We don't learn new things, and we don't grow from doing the same things we did yesterday. It's all about taking chances. It's all about doing things differently than we did before to yield different results. Belong to your own dream, create your own life. If you want this beautiful, abundant life, whatever your dream and vision is for your future, you're the one that's now in control of that, and the only way you can control that is by changing what you're doing in the present to get to that. Okay, so Spirit is also saying, that doing things repetitively is not going to help you. Again, you need to do things differently. You need to change things up. You need to try to remember that, change is really what's going to be the precipice for the future. Doing things differently in the now that's going to change your reality for the future. Not focusing on the past, just focusing on what you can do right now, today, that's going to help you and your future self in the future, thinking future-wise. So, trust yourself. You know what's best for you better than anybody. So, Spirit wants you to trust yourself and follow your own good advice. Your intuition is what Spirit wants you to tap into. Trust your intuition. You know what the right thing is for you. You know yourself better than anybody else. Follow your intuition and follow that in the present tense, and do the work on what it is that you want to stay, to achieve in the future. There's always a lesson to be learned, Spirit's saying, you need to think about what lessons you are learning from the past. Now, by saying that, I don't mean dwelling on the past, which I feel like is something that you have done in the past. I feel like you've dwelled on things that have happened, and as I said, you can't change those things. They have happened for a reason. What you need to do is take the learnings from those things, and trust that you are always learning. We are always learning. We never stop learning. As long as we are open to the learnings and we're taking them on and we're using them to propel ourselves to a better place where we are ascending into a higher vibrational level, where we're actually growing as a person and we're taking the learnings with us and becoming a better person as a result. So Spirit's, reminding us to just find the lesson in everything. There is always, nothing is fruitless. Everything we do has served us in some way and helped us to grow as a person, and to take the learnings from it and use it in our present life to move things forward for us that is going to create a brighter, better future for us. So, I think that you need to really think about what it is and who it is that you want to be in, present tense, that's going to help you achieve those future goals. There is a sense of there's change coming. I feel like there's a strong sense of change coming in the wind for you guys. You might currently feel like you're falling and you don't have any control, and you just feel a little bit unsure and unstable even, I'm hearing. You might be very uncertain and just feeling a little bit directionless, but Spirit is reminding you that, although you might feel like you're falling and things might be changing, in a way that you can't control, you do have full control over that. I mean, obviously there's an element that we don't have control of course, all the time, but Spirit is saying, by following your intuition, by taking those lessons, the wisdom from the past, you're going to use that to help yourself move into a better future. So, take that, take the messages from your wisdom, from your intuition rather, and use that to help you, propel you to change, so that you can change something up, because you're not going to get different results by doing the same thing, as we know. So doing things, learning to create what you desire is really what the goal is for you right now. Learning how to create that reality, and reminding yourself that you are unique. There is no one else like you. You are rare and free, and you are unique, and there is no one else like you, and that is what you have to offer. There really is no one else that has to offer what you can offer, because you are unique. We are all unique. And, Spirit is clearly saying that you are going to make it through this, no matter what you're currently struggling with and what you're going through internally, and worrying about, falling and not having control over things and where you're going to go in the future. I feel like you're kind of going through a bit of a midlife crisis, Spirit's saying. You're feeling very unsure about things. You're not sure how you're going to get from here to here. But I feel like, Spirit's saying you're focusing too much on what's happened in the past, and you're focusing on the future, and you're forgetting about the present. Okay, so you can't go from past to future without actually focusing on the present and working on that, because that is the only thing that you have control over. So Spirit's very clear in saying that you are shine bright like a candle. You are going to make it through this, but you must focus on the present moment. You must focus on changing the now, so that you can have a brighter future that is different to what you had in the past, which you clearly want to move out of. You clearly don't want to repeat those mistakes. So you need to take those learnings in your present moment. Be mindful, be present, be grounded, and use that energy, use those learnings that you've learned from past mistakes to ascend and to, move yourself into a higher vibration, so that you can achieve everything that you hope for in the future and more. So, Spirit is saying you need to become braver. You need to try new experiences. You need to work on resilience and, work on building your resilience. Find the resources that are going to help you build that resilience, because currently I feel like you're very vulnerable, and you do need to use that fresh perspective that you're gaining to become braver and be more resilient, and use those experiences from the past and even from the present to help you become a better person that's going to achieve everything that you hope for in the future and more. Manage to be glad for the lessons that you've had in the past. Yes, they might have hurt you. Yes, it was difficult. Yes, it was challenging, but it's brought you to where you are now, and you would not be the person you are today or in the future that you're going to become without the experiences that you've been through in the past. They are what help you to grow and ascend into a higher level of vibration. So, remember that you create your own happiness regardless of conditions. You are the one that is in control of your present, which is going to affect and change your future. You need to remember that you can't please everybody. This is about pleasing yourself and making yourself happy and following your own heart and dreams. So if there are other people in your life that are interfering, that want certain things from you, that make you kind of deviate from your own pathway in life, you need to remember Spirit is saying you cannot please those people. You really, we only have one life. You need to focus on what it is that you want, that makes you happy, that you can control and change in your present moment. So, if you have anger, if you're holding on to anger about past, you need to let that go. Spirit says it's not going to serve you, and it's certainly not going to help you get to the places you want to be. You need to, connect with nature. Nature is a way to tap into our energy, to tap into more positive energy, to communicate, and that's how we communicate with Spirit. We communicate with our guardian angels and the universe. All of those messages will come to us when we're tapping into nature and staying at one with nature. So Spirit says if you're feeling unsure where to go and what to do from here, to get out in nature, be in nature a lot more and connect with yourself in nature, because that is where you will get very clear messages and guidance from Spirit, from your intuition, from your guardian angels, that they will guide you. You just need to tap into nature, because that is where Mother Nature is. That is where the higher levels of power and beings are. You need to tap into nature more. It may be that you're not getting with nature often enough. You need to do more of that in order to tap into the elemental messages that need to be coming your way to help you in the present moment to propel your future. And remember, that everyone is a little bit different. So try to focus on what you have that is unique. What's unique about you? We're all different. We're all unique. What's unique about you that's going to help you propel your future? Don't focus on other people. Don't focus on comparing yourself to others and where you think they are and what they're doing. And, if you're doing better than them, are you going to be better than them in the future? Are you doing better now? You need to focus on comparing yourself today to the past. Who are you today? That what you have learned from the past has brought you to a better place today, and that is then going to take you to an even better place in the future if you follow your pathway and listen to Spirit. Now, I feel like you need to really focus on inspiring and having that spark and that imagination to guide yourself as to what you need to do next. And remember, it's about staying present in the moment and not focusing on the past or the future. If you have anger towards someone from the past, or any sense of anger towards any area of your life, Spirit is saying you need to let go of that. That is going to hold you back. It's not going to serve your higher good. It's not going to propel you. It's not going to ascend you higher, and your vibration is going to stay low. It's not going to move forward, and you're not going to get to where you need to be. Remember, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, holding on to anger. You need to let go of the anger that you might be holding on to for whatever reason. You are holding on to it. If you are holding on to the anger, that's the message from Spirit. Now, Spirit wants you to be a leader, show others how it's done. You can help others. Spirit's reminding you that to continue to be the beautiful, helpful person that you are. I feel like you're a true giver, and Spirit is saying continue to do that, because in helping others, the universe knows, the karmic wheel knows, and it will move in your direction, because the karma wheel, the wheel of fortune, is a wheel that turns in your favor or against you depending on the things that you have done in your life. the things that you are doing presently, and the karmic wheel turns in your favor or against you, depending on the actions that you take now, today, in the present. So you continue to be helpful, continue to help and guide others with the knowledge and wisdom that you have gained. Help them not to make the same mistakes. Give them the guidance that you have that maybe you wish that you had previously, so that you didn't make those mistakes. So help others in any way that you can is the message from Spirit. And I feel like, to not be, pressuring yourself about time. Don't try to rush this. Just stay present. Once again, lots of messages here from Spirit about just not rushing things and being present. I feel like you're trying to move forward very quickly from a past energy, and I also feel like you're focusing too much on past, and you just want to go from the past to the future without sort of doing the work that's in the middle, about doing the work now, the present now, what is happening right now in your life. You can't skip from the past to the future. It just isn't possible. You're not going to create what you want to create if you're in that energy. So please remember that you need to stay grounded, remain realistic. You've got to stay present. You've got to work on the present and do the work now to ascend to a higher level of being. You need to look closely, ask questions, investigate, think before acting, Spirit says. Don't go ahead and do anything without taking a real, amount of time to focus on what it is, what is going to be the outcome of you making that choice. So every choice that we make, every decision we make has an outcome, has a consequence, whether it be positive or negative. Think carefully before you make any decisions currently in your present time. You need to think about what is the consequences going to be of this decision. Is it going to help me ascend further and grow, or is it going to take me backwards? Because I feel like there's a very strong sense here of you want to move forward and you want to grow and you want to be a better person and move to a better place, but you want to get there you want to speed to that place. You want to get there fast without doing the work. So Spirit's message is, focus on focus on thinking before you act. All right. You need to really live in the now. There is a very clear message here from Spirit. You are trying to skip ahead to the future, or focusing too much on the past, or a combination of both. You really got to focus on the now. You've got to set your course, know where you want to go, and have a plan to move in this direction. Think very carefully before you act. Think about the consequences of all your actions in the present moment. How are you going to set your course for the future? Know where you want to go, create a plan, and then that's going to help you move into the right direction and ascend and get and achieve everything that you ever hoped for and more. I feel like you want to change quickly. You are changing. I feel you're changing fast, and I feel like that's also propelling you to want to do things faster and get there faster. But you need to continue to work on that change, because change is what's going to bring about a better future for you. But you can't skip ahead without doing the work. So you're very curious. Maybe you are in a kind of stage of your life where you are curious about what opportunities are around the corner. They will continue to flow. You just need to keep working on that present energy, that present moment, staying present and centered, and doing the work now that's going to help you become a better person in the future. Set course, think about what it is. Remember that there's always consequences for actions. Make sure that they're going to be positive ones that are going to ascend you to a higher place. Connecting in with animals, if you have an animal, a pet, and being one with nature is what Spirit is saying is going to help you. It might be therapeutic for you if you're dealing with loss, if you've got some anger that you're holding on to, pent up anger, or you're trying to move things really quickly. Connecting in with nature and animals is always a very helpful thing to do to help us stay present and in the moment, and just really express that gratitude and happiness in the moment, just watching the beauty and the wonder of nature and of animals and creatures, and just what they do in their natural state. They're so natural, they're so they have no ulterior motives, they're completely innocent, and it's just so beautiful watching them and being in nature. So I feel like you really do want to grow in experiences. You do want to grow up, and you do want to ascend to a beautiful place. You want to try to move away from who you were in the past. You don't want that to define you. You want the past to be in the past and stay in the past. So you need to stop dwelling on the past. I'm hearing it's something that you do need to really let go of, and I feel like you really do want to advance. So Spirit is saying you've got to put in the immense effort now to do that work. very clear message throughout this read, guys. It's just over and over again. I feel like just repeating and reinforcing, and I feel like you need to hear these messages though to remind you that you are really focusing too much on the past and the future, and you're not doing the work in the present. Or maybe you're just not doing enough work in the present, but this is here to remind you that, you know, that is very important. Sorry guys, my light's just gone out, but I've only got a couple of cards to read. All right, so you know, remember that, you know, you might have made mistakes in the past. You know, you can be nostalgic at times. You can focus and think about those things, but don't dwell on them. You know, take them as lessons. You know, take the positives. Remember the good times that you might have had in the past with this person or this situation, and, you know, just, you know, it helps you to become who you are today. So don't regret that it happened. Even if it was hurtful, you wouldn't be where you are now and who you are now without that experience that you've been through. So, you know, stay in the moment, be present, wake up, Spirit says, be very present, and just, you know, discover who you are. Very, very strong message here from Spirit. You are going to discover who you are. Please just keep working on the present and doing the work you can do today. Not focusing on yesterday, not focusing on tomorrow. Focus on today. How can you be better today than you were yesterday? What can you do differently today that's going to set your course for the future? What can you do today that your future self is going to thank you for? So put in the work, set your course, have direction, have guidance, be mindful, be present, get one with nature and animals and spirit, and just listen to the messages that are coming through really clearly for you guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, if you pick deck 1, you got the deck 1 message. If you pick deck 2, you got the deck 2 message. So, you know, whatever you were guided to hear, whatever you were guided to choose, rather, was the message that you were guided to hear. So once again, thank you for all your support. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.